This is the second instalment of the Thrifty Newcastle 500. Drop the clutches and Reynolds gets off to a roaring start, but quickly overtaken by Chaz Mostert. Mostert will lead them to one. Reynolds drops into two. We had a clean start through turn one yesterday. Do we get the same today? And yes is the answer, no. We've got a problem further back in the grid here for Declan Fraser and Jack Smith. They didn't even reach turn one.
And it looked like the wall on the left-hand side has got damage on it too there, Neil. So the spin, as a car has turned around, safety car's been deployed.
So we're looking at Jack Smith there at the rear. Here's Declan, and they've interlocked. So Declan and Macaulay Jones interlock, and it turns around car number 56, the tradie entry.
Red flag, Dave, red flag.
Mostert has control. He made a great start from the standing start, and he's made another good one as a flyer. So Chaz Mostert gets on with the job.
And make sure that they maintain this track position. And what this does now, this will fire up, because Waters and Reynolds have got to make a call for the gap that they had. So it was just on 2 seconds. They've put, we'll give you the number in a sec, they've done their fuel load change, and he's got to come out, as you've just seen, with clear air. The issue is, what do the next guys do? Here we go. So in the back of shot, you can just see Will turns it in. Cam not quite ready for it. A little tangle. He got dummied. So this mistake, watch this. This is on board now with Van Gisbergen. This big slide. Golding sideways, rally style, over the curb. Then he's compromised. He's too tight at the left-hander. Then he's trying to block, but Van Gisbergen says, no way, I've got the run, fired straight down there.
And that looked pretty awkward, didn't it?
It did.
In a couple of directions here. Jump on board with the shell car.
Yeah, he's a second and a half over us.
He didn't expect Nick Percat to turn back that far, did he? Now, this is the part of the puzzle that's going to be intriguing. How much fuel do they put on?
We've got the 97 in the lane at the moment. They took long as well.
On our count of their 18 seconds. So we'll give you that number shortly and convert that into litres.
Showing 40 litres here has gone in there, so 60 to come in the next stop.
Chaz has got his hands full. He's become a speedway driver. All of a sudden, the car's so oversteering on the way out of the corner, he's trying to straighten the exits up, but he has to slow himself down too much to be able to do it. So watch the back of the car. Oh, he's hit the fence! Oh, that was a great save. He hit the fence on the left-hand side, Cam Waters, that time, at the apex, and almost went in the fence on the right-hand side. And now he's checking the steering. Has he bent the steering of the Monster Mustang? I think he might have bent the steering, because when it made the apex at the fence...
Oh, look at the wheel.
Yeah, there you
go.
go.
So it's a mess. So he whacked that wall on the inside, and a little judgment error here by Cam Waters.
You'll watch this now, you'll see the contact. Bang!
Oof.
And that is a serious hit. That's not a little hit.
Yep, they're whacking it with a hammer. They're not going to try and remove it. The steering arm has a little subtle bend in it. I'd say, looking at it, maybe about 15 mil of bend. And they're whacking it hard, but...
That's the move. The replay down the inside of the final corner. It was lap number 30. So he was able to do that with relative ease. What's the story here? Here's the replay. Oh, Randall contact with Hazelwood, and Scott Pye and Jack Smith just following on off the back of it. Here's another view from Scott Pye's car. Tagged him, and then Pye gets a bit of a benefit also from that. I think down the inside he does on Thomas Randall, because on the corrected time, after we take into account what we think will be a logical pit stop to deliver the fuel for Van Gisbergen, Mostert's got a margin of 1.4 seconds, and Van Gisbergen's come from a long way out, and he's complaining about traffic. He's got to deal with LeBrock here. So this is building up nicely. This represents a 12-lap delta. Mostert came in on lap 58. We are working lap 71. He came in on 70. So this is going to be very, very close at the end of this race, I can tell you, and we're going to have a shortened race to deal with here as well. So what a great battle unfolding. It's 7.7 seconds, the gap between Mostert and Van Gisbergen. And we've got Van Gisbergen energised with a fresh set of tyres. And we've got huge pressure unfolding here at the moment with David Reynolds with a big charge of pace on, and he's all over the rear wing of this car. So this one is Camaro versus Mustang. Turn 1. Gets a great exit, David Reynolds. He should be able to use the grip to his advantage here as he makes the run up towards the top of turn 2. Has a poke down the inside, thinks about it, and has it done. James spotted him at the last moment, and that reverses the pain that Reynolds endured in that last stop.
Great pass. Absolutely superb.
Cam Hill's in trouble, pointing in the wrong direction here. Does this change the game? If he can't move it, does it trigger a safety car? No, he's going to be able to move it down here at turn 1. So he's overrun down here, locked it up and nudged it into the tyres.
5 to go.
He's right on him. So Mostert's having to use more of the road. Shane can drive shallower because of the additional grip. Is there a threat now at the end of the braking area on the approach into turn 2? Shane has a bit of a peep out there. He'll be mindful of trying to manage tyre temperatures at the front here as well. He's right under the rear bumper of the Mustang as they turn down Shortland Esplanade out of turn 2 to 3 to 4. They'll hook it up over the curb down here at 6 in preparation for 7. Does he dive to the right down here at 8, Shane Van Gisbergen? We've seen him do it before. He hunts it up on the outside, not now. Next opportunity for him might be down at the hairpin. Oh, there was a little bit of contact. There was a little bit of contact. And so, a change for the lead. There was a little bit of contact there. And is this going to be dealt with in a different way? And he's given him a nudge for his trouble. It's a return of serve by Mostert. So Van Gisbergen hangs on. Mostert gives him one by return. And off they go now.
This is it. So let's have a look. This is turn 7. He's narrow, he's got better grip. He's turned it narrow on the way out of 8. They go up to 9 and they bump, and that effectively puts Mostert wide. As Mostert goes wide, I thought for sure he was going to redress. Here's the replay on board. Here we go. Bang, gives him a hit, runs him wide, a little bit of dodgem car stuff there. When he's run wide, he then can't get it back to the apex. Dutto thinks it's fine, so he's clapping. I'm sure that the opposite reaction would have been pretty bad down there at Walkinshaw Andretti United, and then a big whack down at turn 11.
It's been a great show this afternoon, and Van Gisbergen continues to defy gravity with his ability to make speed and look after tyres. Final corner now for the lanky Kiwi. Lines it up, plucks a couple of gears, and steps across the line as a victor in Newcastle. 4.3 seconds behind is Chaz Mostert. In fact, he scrambles ahead of David Reynolds. So here's the unofficial results for you. Shane Van Gisbergen gets home by 4.5 seconds in the end over Chaz Mostert in a thrilling battle. Different tyre life at the end for both of them, and a great comeback by David Reynolds after a slow second stop. James Golding, he can be proud of that performance. A podium's coming his way, any tick of the clock. 4th position for him. Brock Feeney, nice work today. More solid points. Brody Kostecki, Andre Heimgartner, together with Jack LeBrock inside the top 10 for truck assist. Nice work. And Tim Slade gets a valuable result inside the top 10 as well, as does Mark Winterbottom. So Slady for Newlon and Mark Winterbottom for DeWalt. Just outside, a fighting battle there for Fullwood, Waters, and then we had Brown, Payne, Hazelwood, Di Pasquale, Pye, Randall Davison. So unfortunately for the Shell cars, 16th and 19th today, Mark.